It was supposed to be a quiet celebration, just the two of us. I had booked a reservation at her favorite Italian place, the one where the lights always felt a little too dim, and the pasta never disappointed. We were marking our 9th wedding anniversary. Not a milestone, but a number that carried weight. Almost a decade of shared laughter, shared mortgages, and carefully folded routines. I had picked out a simple silver bracelet, had it wrapped, and slipped it into my coat pocket before leaving the house. I still remember how beautiful she looked that evening. Dark green dress, gold earrings, that faint vanilla perfume that once pulled me in like a magnet. But that night, all I noticed was the way her eyes kept flicking down to her lap every 30 seconds. At first, I thought nothing of it. Maybe work. Maybe her sister again with another dramatic text about her failing relationship. But then the smile came. A soft, involuntary one. The kind that slips out when you're lost in someone else. It wasn't meant for me. That was the first cut. We ordered wine. She picked at her food. Her phone buzzed once. She tilted it toward her and quickly turned it face down. I pretended not to notice. I asked about her day. She gave half answers. I complimented her dress. She gave a distracted thanks, still glancing down every now and then like she was waiting for something more exciting than me to pop up. And then it happened. While she excused herself to the restroom, her phone lit up on the table. I didn't mean to look. I didn't need to. The message preview said enough. Last night was amazing. When can I see you again? No name. Just a heart emoji at the end. My chest tightened. The restaurant felt too warm, like all the air had been sucked out of it. My hands went cold. For a moment, I just sat there, staring at her untouched glass of wine, the bracelet still in my coat, and my own reflection in the polished spoon beside my plate. I had two choices in that moment: explode or evolve. When she came back, I was calm, too calm. I didn't say a word. Instead, I smiled gently, leaned forward and said, "You know, it's funny how much people reveal when they think no one's watching." She blinked, confused. I lifted my glass and added, "Here's to clarity." She froze, her fork midair, but I just kept smiling, because what I was about to do would speak louder than anything I could ever say. She didn't say much for the rest of the dinner. Her appetite vanished completely. I watched her try to decode what I meant, whether I had seen the message, or if I was just being philosophical. I let the tension stretch thin and quiet like piano wire. When the waiter came with the check, I paid in cash, left a generous tip, and thanked him with a warm smile that didn't match the storm I was holding back. She followed me to the car in silence, heels tapping lightly against the pavement, her grip on her phone visibly tighter now. The drive home was quiet. She kept fidgeting, scrolling, deleting, locking her screen every few seconds like she was trying to erase something faster than it could catch her. I just drove, humming a soft tune she used to love. The same song we danced to the night I proposed. She didn't join in. She couldn't. Once we got inside the house, she started for the bedroom, maybe hoping I'd just let it go, or worse, that I hadn't seen it at all. But I wasn't finished yet. I walked to the dining table and called her name. She stopped halfway up the stairs. "Hey," I said casually. "You forgot something." She looked puzzled. Slowly came back down. I pulled the wrapped box from my coat pocket and placed it on the table. Her eyes flickered, part guilt, part curiosity. "What's this?" "Open it." She hesitated, then slowly unwrapped the silver bracelet, delicate, understated, engraved inside with, "Still choosing you." Her lip trembled. I leaned in just slightly and said, "Strange gift for someone planning an escape, don't you think?" Her face went white. I don't know what you mean," she whispered. I tilted my head. "You see, that's where the problem lies, Maya. You spent the whole night pretending to be here, with me, but your mind was across town, tangled in someone else's sheets." Her jaw opened then shut. Nothing came out. I saw the message. She stepped back, panic rising. "It's not what you think." "Stop," I said, holding up a hand. "I'm not here to fight. That would give you more attention than you deserve." She started crying, pleading, trying to reach for my hand. I stepped away. "Before we left for dinner, I moved all your things into the guest room," I said. "There's a list on the nightstand, your bank cards, your insurance info, and the name of a lawyer. He's expecting your call. You already? Yes, I said. While you were busy texting him back, I was busy erasing myself from a life you clearly didn't want. She stood there stunned, tears streaming, shaking now. But I was calm, because in that moment, the man she thought would always be there, the predictable, forgiving, patient husband, had vanished. And all that was left was consequence. That night, I slept in peace for the first time in months. No tossing, no turning, no lying beside a stranger while pretending everything was okay. She cried behind the closed door of the guest room for hours. I could hear her. She tried knocking once, softly, but I didn't answer. What was there left to say? The truth had already been spoken, not in words, but in choices. Hers to betray, mine to walk away. In the following days, she made every possible attempt to backpedal. Notes on the fridge. Long messages about a mistake, about feeling lost, about how it never meant anything. She cooked breakfast one morning, tried to smile like nothing had happened, but I didn't sit. I poured my coffee, grabbed my keys, and left. Because the truth is, some wounds aren't meant to be stitched. They're meant to be felt, remembered, honored, so you never allow yourself to be cut the same way twice. The lawyer she called, the one I recommended, told her the terms were more than fair. I wasn't seeking revenge, just freedom. She kept the car. I kept the house. She wanted to fight it, but in the end she signed. Maybe she thought if she agreed quickly enough, she'd get another chance at us. But some doors once closed don't reopen, not because they're locked, but because the home behind them has been reduced to ash. 6 months later, I ran into her at the grocery store. She looked thinner, more tired. She smiled faintly and said hi. I nodded. Hope you're well. She blinked, like that response was colder than any insult I could have thrown. But I didn't mean it to be cruel. I meant it sincerely. I truly did hope she was well, just far from me. After she left, I stood in that aisle, between the cereal and the coffee beans, and realized something. I didn't miss her. I missed the version of her I believed in. And that version never existed. These days, I eat alone sometimes. Other times, with friends I hadn't seen in years because I was always too busy playing the loyal husband. I sleep better. Breathe easier. I don't check phones. Don't second-guess smiles. I've even started dating again, carefully, quietly. And for the first time in a long time, I feel like myself again. The man who sat at that anniversary dinner with a bracelet in his pocket and love in his heart, he's gone. But the man who stood up from that table with his dignity intact? He's just getting started.